Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, we are talking love and marriage, Huntsville. You guys know why you are here. Today, we are talking because Martell Holt is in the news again for all of the wrong reasons. 2024 is the year of exposure. 2024, Martell, his side chick, and any other Melody Cherie Rogers ops are finally getting, what's coming to them for all of the chaos, for all of the havoc that is taking place. Ever since this Tasha K interview, which Martell was full of lies and contradictions on, Martell Holt now is in the mainstream media more than ever. I did a previous video on the scathing article that was written on Yahoo News that also made it to Blavity as well. Now we have, as of the other day, on February 5th, the U.S. Sun, with the following headlines. It says, nasty divorce, love and marriage Huntsville's Martell Holt ordered to undergo psych evaluation after ex accuses him of, quote, abusing kids. Melody Holt has dragged her ex back in court with new shocking accusations. It says Martell 42 and Melody's divorce battle has gotten even more nasty as Melody 38 has grown more concerned about his alleged erratic behavior and inappropriate treatment of their children. Also, it states in here that as of December 14th, 2023, the court has ordered Martell to undergo a psychological evaluation after the Mama 4 filed a motion demanding he submit a psychiatric examination and evaluation ahead of their trial in April. According to Alabama court documents exclusively obtained by the U.S. Sun, Melody informed the court that the mental, psychological, and emotional stability of the father is at issue. The filing stated based off the father's recent erratic behavior at the minor children's school, practice, and other public places, as well as his inappropriate, unhinged, and erratic behavior toward the mother and the minor children, a thorough and complete mental examination and evaluation of the father is essential to the court's decision regarding important issues, in this case regarding child custody and visitation. She argued that his actions are detrimental to the physical, emotional, and mental well-being of the children and fears that the children have already suffered emotional damage as a result of Martell's irate and erratic behavior. In the same filing, she claimed that Chere's ex first of all, you guys, this was not a relationship. It was a business arrangement, but nonetheless, we'll continue. Continued to use corporal punishment against their minor children. She gave an example that on December 11th, 2023, he allegedly threatened to, quote, tear them up once their divorce case is over, referring to their minor kids, and said in a separate filing from December 14th that even he, quote, offered to allow the children to be on the television show Love and Marriage Huntsville if he could use corporal punishment in the future. The former couple have 4 kids together, daughters Malia, Mariah, Milani, and son Martell. And of course, the TV personality is also fathered to another child. Of course, we know the baby that he has with the side chick. Even though the ex's divorce was finalized in March of 2021, they went back to court the following year to modify their custody agreement. Although everything was thought to be resolved, Melody filed a new petition in July 2023 to modify legal custody and the visitation schedule, mainly due to Martell's alleged, quote, mental and emotional abuse of the minor children. In the filing obtained by the U.S. Sun, the Behind Every Man host claimed that her ex continues to use corporal punishment that is excessive and abusive towards the minor children, including but not limited to choking, grabbing, punching the minor son, hitting all the children, pulling and twisting them. The father has refused to follow the court order as he has stopped therapy between him and his minor son. The filing continued. The father continues to incorporate corporal punishment on the minor children that they only want to see their father if he will stop hitting them. She said he exhibited behavior that has been negligent and unstable and has shown a lack of proper parenting when it comes to his care for the minor children during his custodial times.
In addition, she gave examples of some of his threats, including reportedly saying he will, quote, knock them out. Apart from being concerned about the children's mental well-being, she said that she's concerned about Martell's mental stability since he, quote, continues to relocate, has violated previous court orders, and has even threatened to distribute a sex tape that the parties created during their marriage. Given all this, she requested the court to only allow him daytime visits with the kids until he enrolls in therapy and anger management. Martell responded to Melody's filing 4 months later in November and also filed a counterclaim against her. Instead of addressing the motivational speaker's specific corporal punishment claims, he instead claimed that she is the one who, quote, willfully and contemptuously violated the order by, quote, spanking the minor children, MH, age 3. Is he accusing Melody Cherie Rogers of doing something to Sugar Mama? Is he out of his mind? Accusing Melody Cherie Rogers of spanking Sugar Mama. Make it make sense. Martell also said that, referring to Melody Cherie Rogers, that she filed the modification and, quote, in bad faith and with unclean hands, explaining she has continuously filed frivolous, untruthful motions so that she may be in control of all decisions regarding the minor children. The OWN star goes on, well, we don't know if he's still going to be on the show, to accuse Melanie, the spelling is so wrong. It's not Melanie, it's Melody, of violating their agreement of not filming their children and also posting about them on social media. He claimed her bringing them into the spotlight has financial gains, and she believes it to be the best interest of the children to be filmed, as it would provide them, quote, economic opportunities. The real is that Martell can no longer financially benefit off of the MNM kids. That's why he wants to block it. Nonetheless, in her December response, Melody denied his frivolous accusations in reference to the spanking, and as for the economic opportunity, she said that she, quote, believes in affording the children with every opportunity that is beneficial and desirous of the children and aiding in their success in life. Until their April trial, the court has ordered the former couple to attempt to resolve their issues through mediation. The Sun has reached out to Melody and Martell's attorneys for comment. And then, of course, after all this went down in court, news broke that Martell was arrested for third-degree domestic violence and harassment on January 9th, 2024. And according to TMZ, he had a warrant out for his arrest after allegedly sending harassing communications to his accuser, who has not been identified. We know it's Melody Cherie Rogers. That dated back to August 2022. He was booked in Madison County Sheriff's Office and was released about 3 hours later after posting bond. His publicist told the media outlet at the time Martell Holt adamantly denies any intentional harm or harassment towards the accuser. We believe that these allegations are the result of a misunderstanding, and we are confident that the legal process will ultimately vindicate Mr. Holt. Martell remains committed to being a devoted father and maintaining a positive and healthy co-parenting relationship with Miss Rogers and the side chick for the well-being of the children. The statement continued, despite the challenges presented, Martell will continue to focus on his role as a responsible parent, that's laughable, and contribute positively to this community. Martell is due in court next month to also address this matter as well. This is an utter bleep show. This is an utter disaster, and so many people need to be held accountable. These other castmates need to be held accountable. Carlos King and Kingdom Reign Entertainment needs to be held accountable. The OWN Network needs to be held accountable, because Martell has been enabled for several seasons now to act completely unhinged and erratic, and as long as, people had a little crush on him or thought he was cute in his medium suits and in his behavior, that they were going to continue to give him an opportunity. This is a very dangerous and scary time for Melody Cherie Rogers and the kids, because if in fact Martell really is fired from Love and Marriage Huntsville, there is more unhinged things that he is going to do to try to destroy Melody Cherie Rogers, even if it's at the expense of the kids as well. And the irony in Martell trying to make, the kids not film for quote unquote trying to deprive them of economic opportunities, when you were the same person that wanted to access Melody Cherie's financial records and wanted access to the proceeds of Sugar Mama's hair care line. Make it make sense, because you no longer can profit, because we know Melody Cherie Rogers is the brains of the operation, is the person who is the money-making Mel in this marriage and made you look good and covered all of your deficiencies. You wanted to either try to get access to her financials, to try to have access, even though per your divorce decree, she wanted nothing from you. She wanted no alimony, she wanted no child support from you because she knew you were broke. Right? And so ultimately you wanted access because now that you no longer have access to Melody Cherie Rogers' money and her success, and you don't know how to conduct business by yourself and on your own, you need money. You need something, and that is why you thought by blocking your kids from filming the show was going to be beneficial to you, and that you could promote your baby with your side chick that you had while you were married to Melody Cherie Rogers, while you were still legally married to Melody Cherie Rogers, and thought that the people were going to support that. And the people said no. The people said, bleep no, we are not going to be supporting this. And the irony of even trying to say that Melody Cherie, you said she cannot, have the kids film and she can't post the kids. She hasn't posted the kids at all, Martell. She's referenced the kids, but what about your friends? And what about your people? What about the alleged businesswoman that posted Sugar Mama in a reel? What about Destiny posting the MNM kids at your birthday soiree at Cheesecake Factory with the side chick? What about the Scott's brother, the annoying Scott brother, who is desperate for a full-time contract on Love and Marriage Huntsville, who is also posting Sugar Mama and posting the alleged attorney's child and trying to insinuate some foolery there? So why is it okay for everybody else that is in your inner circle, Martell, to post pictures unauthorized about Sugar Mama, but Melody Cherie Rogers, her own mother, is not allowed to even reference her own child? Make it make sense, Martell. Make it make sense. But again, you want to punish Melody Cherie Rogers. You can't come after her financials. You can't come after her success. So now as a result, because Melody Cherie Rogers has called out your parenting already after you were not allowed to see the kids for 60 days, you continue to violate all of these motions and all of these court-appointed motions, and continue to attack Melody Cherie Rogers on social media, continue to leave unhinged comments on the blog, such as the Neighborhood Talk in the Shade Room, completely dragging and insulting Melody Cherie Rogers, and ultimately insulting Melody Cherie Rogers in that ridiculous interview with Tasha K. That was full of lies, that was full of foolery and nonsense. And now that you're broke, now that your opportunities are not there outside of Melody Cherie Rogers, all you can think to do is destroy her. And even if it means using the kids, even if it means treating the kids like crap. And the audacity, not only are you, allegedly abusing these kids, but you're not even able to afford to feed them. Melody Cherie Rogers has to, send over DoorDash or Uber Eats just so that the kids can eat something, because you and your baby mama cannot cook, cannot provide financially for these children. And you think Melody Cherie Rogers is the issue? No. She gave you so much grace after, this divorce and everything else, and you just completely crap the bed. You crap the bed, and you continue to play in Melody Cherie Rogers' face. You continue to slander and defame Melody Cherie Rogers, and then you took it to another level with this revenge P nonsense. And it wasn't as if it was bad enough that you tried to convince the cast to bully Melody Cherie Rogers and isolate her from her own show so that she would pull a Mariah Huck and quit her own show, and that didn't work. So you were forced to get along with her, but now you're completely off the rails. You're getting arrested. You're the one that the kids are complaining about in these court documents, because why would the kids have to lie? Why would the kids need to lie? And this is what I'm saying. Martell can spin all these lies that he wants to in these interviews and all of these things, as well as these people who want to continue to give Martell a chance to, quote, give his side. But ultimately, it keeps backfiring, because we realize the receipts in these court documents is a lot worse than what we initially anticipated. And what's scary is if Martell is not filming right now, is that things are even more dire and critical. So, we'll continue, and this is why, that Scott brother that's not even on the show is posting all these unhinged stuff on their Instagram page, trying to make Melody Cherie look like the bad guy. There is no reason in these family court cases for the kids to lie, you guys. There is zero incentive for kids to lie. Kids are always going to keep it a buck with you. They're always going to tell the truth. And if they're being abused by their father and they don't want to spend any time with him, in the event that he could control his temper around them, then that speaks volumes. And for Martell to specifically even accuse Melody Cherie Rogers of abusing, Sugar Mama is a new low. Because again, Martell feels a way about Sugar Mama because he felt Sugar Mama was going to be the band-aid to their marriage. However, he couldn't stop cheating. And so he resents Sugar Mama and also resents the fact that his side child is close in age with Sugar Mama. So he on purpose tries to prioritize that youngest child over his 4 kids with Melody Cherie Rogers, and all of this chaos is ensuing. We are finding out that there is a lot more abuse, there is a lot more anger, there is a lot more mistreatment that is taking place, and the kids will testify to that. That's why I said all this stuff that Martell is doing, that's leading the breadcrumbs, that's leading the paper trail of all of these unhinged things that he is saying in these interviews and in these blogs, really trying to destroy Melody Cherie Rogers, was going to always backfire on him. And that his kids, if not already, especially the oldest ones, if not already have seen social media, or at least have, other people that they go to school with, other kids or kids' parents or what have you, that have pointed out some of the things that Martell has said. And Melody Cherie Rogers has even said herself that the kids are still in therapy. They are still actively in therapy, dealing with a hothead of a father who still cannot be a decent parent, who still cannot keep it together, who had the audacity to allege that, talked about the so-called friend that said that he needed to get a paternity test for Sugar Mama, which is just another low blow, you guys. A complete and utter low blow, and just absolutely and utterly disgusting. So like I keep saying, continued prayers to Melody Cherie Rogers and the MNM kids, as well as to the rest of Melody Cherie Rogers' family and friends. Now it makes sense why Melody Cherie Rogers was posting that she's doing these self-defense classes and all these things, despite having her own personal 24/7 security now, and despite having to have on set when she is filming a therapist as well, because we don't know whether or not, Martell is going to show up, whether or not he is back on the show for season 7. It's not going to matter, because he'll just show up anyways to try to provoke Melody Cherie Rogers. And this is how it's been this entire time. Ever since Melody Cherie Rogers left him for good, decided to, of course, no longer have his last name and all of these other things, he has gone completely off the rails, and it keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And is just exhibiting just the worst toxic and abusive and just angry and volatile, behavior that's unacceptable. Completely and utterly unacceptable. And meanwhile, his side chick just sits around and just lets all of this foolery play out because she wants to be known as, the woman that quote unquote won Martell. Except for you're still not seen, except for he treats you like crap as well, and is only with you because Melody Cherie Rogers didn't want him. And even with that being said, still will not call you his girlfriend, and says that you guys are friends that are getting to know each other. Make it make sense. So there is that. This is a very scathing and revealing article from the U.S. Sun that Martell is to go through, some psychological evaluations, and who knows what types of lies and fairy tales and fallacies he's telling, the people that are conducting these evaluations. I hope that the original judge that said that Melody Cherie Rogers and Martell had to maintain a 50-50 custody is completely, removed from the case, because obviously things have gotten significantly worse. And what about the outburst bloggers that own Covered Up that Martell allegedly had at the reunion, where Carlos King was seen crying immediately after, and he tried to flip the narrative that he was crying about something else. And what about allegedly Martell being unhinged on the set of Melody Cherie hosting Behind Every Man? What about all of these things that we have yet to see for ourselves that are being hidden and protected, on behalf of trying to keep Martell on a reality show? And how dare Carlos King continue to enable such a toxic work environment? And it won't surprise me at all if he pretends to call Melody Cherie Rogers now, pretending to be concerned, saying, "Oh, I had no idea things were this bad." Oh, you just thought that they were just in court for fun? You just thought that because Martell was just foaming off at the mouth at any blogger that would listen for an interview to give him clout and exposure, that his truth was to be believed? And he couldn't even tell the truth in the same interview and was contradicting himself. So, no, I hold the cast, I hold production responsible too, because they know how unhinged Martell is and how he disrespects women who call him out on his BS. So, no, you enable this toxic work environment, you enable this unsafe work environment, and you continue to allow this toxic ex-husband of Melody Cherie Rogers be in her presence for the sake of you still trying to push this couple to get back together after everything that has happened. Make it make sense. So there is that. Let me know your guys' thoughts about this in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.